Okay guys, AHS here. Today's article is about high level 8:30 in the morning hating on George Santos by a roommate that's upset that George Santos level up and he didn't. This is the face of the hater. 8:30 in the morning on CNN. Gregory, scrunched up forehead, hating on George Santos because George Santos is at the highest level of politics. He's chilling with Marjorie Taylor Greene and all the big boys and girls in the Republican Party, and he's hating. George Santos roommate details how delusional George Santos will flash rolls of cash despite being broke. We call that rappers and IG models. Let's watch this little video right here.
Just delusions of grandeur. Like he would just go to bars with, like rolls of $100 bills, and 3 days later he would have no money. Or
that Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's crying, but George Santos, it's cheering up. Later on, you'll see her smiling. George Santos, he has a way with words. You'll see how she smiles later on in the video.
He would constantly be saying, "Oh well, I'm going to sell my phone. I'm going to sell my phone. Do you know anybody who wants to buy it?" And
drug dealers, criminals, folks in jail. The dog face. I can't believe this early in the morning, this high level of hating on a dude. 10 years later, man, the dog in my face, man. He's shocked. He never seen this type of hating, man. This elite level of hating.
I'm like, "Well, why are you selling it?" And he's like, "Oh, well, don't worry about it."
On CNN, Representative George Santos, 2013, hating ass roommate said he had a delusional relationship with money, like everybody. So that's my Marjorie. Boom. Mission accomplished for George Santos. He got Marjorie Taylor Greene to smile. Gregory Maury Parker lived in that story, Queens, probably still do, with a future Republican congressman. He also said Santos went by Anthony DeValder back then and accused him of stealing his Burberry scarf. That'll come up big later on. It's a funny thing later on. You'll be laughing your butt off, man. I bet Kamala Harris stole stuff too. Her female girlfriend. I bet Kamala Harris stole stuff too, man. The disgraced politician is entangled in a growing list of shady behavior since being elected in New York. That's what the Democrats say. Republicans ain't saying that. He said he's a vote for us. He's our friend, George Santos. Okay, let's dig into the article now. A former roommate of Shane, Long Island, Representative George Santos said Tuesday, early in the morning, this dude at least hate in the afternoon? Early in the morning, George Santos is on your mind? I know CNN paying him some money to hate on George Santos, man, that good dude, George Santos. He said Tuesday the Republican, now congressman, suffered from delusion of grandeur, was often broke, and used a different name during their brief cohabitation. He just had little warrants, and he needed to use some alias to throw off the police. He had little warrants. Gregory Maury Parker told CNN this morning, Jesus, early in the morning hating, man. He met Santos in 2013 and took him up on his offer to live together for a few months while Maury Parker looked for a new apartment in Astoria, Queens. So this dude was down on his luck and George Santos helped him out, and he's hating. CNN is paying this dude early in the morning to hate on George Santos. It's a low level. This is low level as you could go, man. It's low level, man. It was definitely an interesting few months. He had a good time with George Santos, man. Went to a lot of good parties, a lot of great events, told some great lies together. Maury Parker told co-host Don Lemon, I suppose the biggest thing I took away, it was like just delusions of grandeur. The ex-roommate claimed like he would go to bars with like rolls of 100 bills, and 3 days later he would have no money. He was trying to help show you a good time, buying you a lot of stuff. Tell the truth, Gregory. Or he would constantly be saying, "Oh well, I'm going to sell my phone. Do you know anybody who wants to buy it?" And I am like, "Well, why are you selling it? To help you out, Gregory. Buy you nice stuff." See, Gregory ain't gonna admit that. He gonna do what CNN told him. the head of George Santos for money. And he's like, oh, well, don't worry about it. George Santos said, I got you, Gregory. I got my boy. His mother was a housekeeper in Manhattan, Maury Parker added, and it just did not seem feasible for him supposedly to come for all this generation wealth, if you will. You can't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes these garbage men, these big truck drivers, these construction workers, they don't have no money. Sometimes they're big ballers, they're millionaires. See, Gregory, you can't judge a book by its cover sometimes. During this period, Maury Parker recalled Santos written by Anthony DeValder, combining his middle name and his mother's maiden name, because he had arrest warrants. That's how you avoid getting arrested. I had never known him at George Santos, because you'll probably hear George Santos too. The former roommate said, Santos has admitted to lying about his career, education, and religion. Yeah, George Santos went in, man. As well as a claim that he was a real estate tycoon with 13 properties. This is what Donald Trump did. Indeed, the freshman lawmaker was so hard up for cash that he admitted to stiffing a Queens landlord for some $12,000. This is the funniest part of this article right here. This is the funniest part of this article. You see that scarf? Let's see what they say about that scarf. Gregory Maury Parker, who once lived with Santos, said Santos was red Maury Parker, a Burberry scarf, and he stopped the steal rally. Stop the steal, Jesus. They're trying to say he stole the scarf. And he went to start this steal rally. Let's stole the scarf. Oh, this is hilarious, man. This is hilarious. I kind of assumed that he had made up, about going to Beirut and NYU, but then I thought, well, maybe I was wrong. After the election, because I am sure the DCCC and the RNC would have, investigated him, and at least his opponent would have done some opposition research. You can't tell them what to do, Gregory. They do what they want to do. You can't tell them what they should have done. They do what they want to do. They're smarter than you. Maury Parker said, I don't understand. Like, did he go one by one to everyone in his district and just literally pour the wool over their eyes? Like, how? I'm just flabbergasting. And these dudes trying to say the people in that district is some dumbass, man. Gregory, he like to talk down on people, man. So right here, this part right here, they say the Republicans are giving his flowers. Santos named the two House committees, even as he faced growing calls to resign, all from the Democrats. Okay, right here, we're going to go through a few of his lies. I'm going to help him out where I can. He attended Horace Mann private school. This is it. But a school spokesperson told CNN, researched the record, and there's no evidence that George Santos or any others attended Horace Mann. George Santos say they lost his record during some storm or some fire. They lost the record. That's how I like that one out. He earned a degree from New York University and Baruch College. I did not graduate from any institution of higher learning. I'm embarrassed and sorry for having embellished my resume, he said. So he can't claim about this one, and they still mad at him for coming clean about it. They say he worked for Citigroup and Goldman Sachs. Basically highlight this one out. I'll say they'll pay me on the table, and Citigroup and Goldman Sachs don't want to admit it. Let's go on to the next thing. He owned 13 rental properties. Yes, I sold them. He's a proud American Jew whose grandparents escaped the Holocaust. They basically say this dude ain't nobody is a Jew. They'll say I support the Jews and move on, Joe Santos. Let's don't mess yourself up here. Let's move on real quick, Joe Santos. His mom was a groundbreaking executive who died as a result of the September 11 terror attack. This was the Time Hunter report that Santos' mom worked as a housekeeper. Man, they keep saying this dude mom, man. Housekeepers could be executives. He employed 4 victims from the Post nightclub massacre. What they say, but none of the 49 people killed at the Post worked at any of the companies identified in Santos' largely fabricated resume. Say, like I said before, he'll pay them on the table. They was all illegal immigrants, and he'll pay them on the table. He founded a charity. Everybody found a charity. His sexuality, this is a good one right here, man. They say, but last month, the Daily Beast unearthed court records that showed he was previously married to a woman before their relationship ended. His George Santos not even gay, man. Goddamn, George Santos, goddamn. This high level line, man. They say he's not a criminal, and they'll say he did some bad things in Brazil. And Brazil said they'll lock his ass up. He got mugged in 2016, so basically this is the juicy cement line stuff. He bought tickets for Hawaii vacation. The article I just read was high level, hey, early in the morning, supposed to light a video.